All right, it does say recording. Okay, hey guys, thanks for being on here tonight for our Sunday planning Zoom. For those of you that need a reminder, today is Sunday, and it happens to be April 5th. I don't even know how it's already April, but it's here. It's an auto ship day, so I hope you guys had a great day as far as your volume goes. We are, as always, going to do some ideas for the week. But before we get into that, last week I talked about your rate of run, helping you plan out, like when you look at your monthly calendar and you know like what number you should be at by a certain day. So before we even start this whole thing, the first thing I want you guys to do, we can't plan where we want to go if we don't know where we are. So I want you to take your today's volume, pull up right now on your computer or your phone, wherever you're at. Don't tell me, but type in a calculator or somewhere, or write it down, whatever you got to do. What is your volume today, right now? So I'm going to give you a second to do that. Find your volume from today. And it's the 5th of the month. So you're just going to take that number and you're going to divide it by 5. And I'm not paying attention. I just almost reset my password. Okay. All right. So you're taking today's volume. You're dividing it by 5. That is on average how much you have sold as a team per day, which granted today was auto ship. So we all got, probably a bigger number today than we had yesterday. But that's your average. So take that average number and multiply it by 30, because there are 30 days this month, and see where that number puts you. What is that volume? When you see that number, is it where you want to be? Is it past where you thought you could go? Depending on what you're seeing, you either need to pick up the speed even more or pick up your goal and make it even bigger. All right. We don't say, oh, we're surpassing, we're going to chill out now. We either pick up our speed to meet the goal we want, or we push up the goal to push ourselves harder. All right, so today's volume divided by 5, because it's the 5th of the month. If we did this tomorrow, I would have you divide it by the 6th. You divide it by whatever day it is. That tells you the average you're selling per day that your team is selling. And then you're going to multiply it by 30, because there's 30 days in the month of April. So as of right now, that's what you are on track to hit. That's your rate of run. That's the rate that you're at, okay? You have to know that number, and you got to look at that number as the motivation that it is. Don't let that number depress you. Don't let that number make you mad. That's the wrong mindset. That number is to guide you. If some of you are like, tomorrow it's going to be sunny and I think I'm going to go for a walk and I'm going to call my girlfriend and I'm going to play in the flowers, but you just looked at that number and you're not where you need to be, that number should redirect that activity tomorrow. Okay. So that's why we look at those numbers. All right, so before we dive into our planning, now that we know where we are, and I know that you know where you want to go, I want you to write down 5 things that you're grateful for that happened today, just today. It's Palm Sunday. If you are of the Christian faith, this is a big day for you. I know for me, it was weird not being at church, but yet you could watch it, which was still kind of weird to me, but whatever, we got to do what we got to do. But write down 5 things you're grateful for today. I see you drinking that Sonic tea.
I brought my pizza and my grapes for y'all.
I love it. I have a girlfriend, she texted me the other day. She was like, I left you a gift at your back door. And I was like, oh my gosh, what? And I'm home, so I could have seen her, but she snuck in. And it was a gallon jug of Chick-fil-A unsweet iced tea. I stood at the door and fought tears because I thought it was such a nice gift. And I was so sad I didn't get to see her. But it's so good. Joy says, hi, everybody. Hey, thank you for that, Joy. Let's blow up the chat. Let's talk to each other while we're doing this. Okay, so while you're writing that down, I'm going to go ahead and kind of move forward. So top of the mind right now in your head needs to be the stimulus bonus. I have not seen or heard any other network marketing company bragging about the fact that their company is offering to give them 50% extra on their paychecks. Not a one. And to be honest, I don't even hear people who are out there working in the danger, scariness of this virus being told that they're even getting hazard pay. So here we are in the comfort of our home behind a computer screen, and they're offering to pay us more. This needs to be your goal. I say it all the time, and I will continue to say it. PPA is where your business lies. It's great to have a team. It's great to have auto shippers. You know, I'm a huge, huge proponent of customer service, but PPA is the lifeline of your business. So don't be shocked that they're telling you have to have $1,200 in brand new sales. All right. Don't be surprised by that. Also, don't be overwhelmed by that. There's a lot of ways to get to that $1,200. It doesn't have to be, 20 different people ordering a box of capsules. It could. You could do something like that. You could do now that I said that out loud, heck, you could do some sort of big promo. Throw it out there. Looking for 20 people to get started. If that's the only thing they can do right now, then maybe $60 times 20 people is great. But I know for me personally, I'm looking at trying to do $400 promoter packs because that only takes 3 orders to get to that number. And anything after that would be gravy. So I will tell you what I'm doing. And again, this is your business and your money and you do what you want, but I am looking at so on a $400 pack, normally you would get $80 in commission. Through this promo, once you get your 50% increase, they're going to give you 40 extra bucks. That's $120 that you're getting in that commission check for that order. I'm offering that back plus a little extra. I'm throwing in a DFT to make it 3 full months. But you do what you need to do. Here's my thing. As a leader with a team, I'm going to get this stimulus hell or high water. And if it costs me 3 DFTs in the end and it costs me my commission in the end, I don't care. I'm getting it because I want to show that it can be done, right? And that's my attitude. Here's the other great thing. Even if I give all of the commission away from those 3 orders, the whole check is getting the 50% increase, right? It's not just those orders. So I will make up that money. So you got to think big picture when you're looking at this. Don't try to nickel and dime yourself. And I was talking to one of my groups today, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, that's bold! Like you're already offering it to people. What if you don't get it?" I don't have a choice. I've already offered it to people. I have to get it. So if you're him-hauling around and you're like, "Well, I might be able to do this if I get the stimulus bonus," wrong mindset, kids. You're getting the bonus, right? You've got until the 12th. That's a long time. They're being very generous time-wise. I gotta make sure I'm getting, so I thought somebody was texting me. So that's what I'm focusing on. And here's the nice thing too. If you start off talking to somebody about the $400 pack and they can't do it, you can always come down, right? You can always come down. But if you throw out a $60 box of capsules, it's hard to go back up. I need to open the chat. I told you guys to talk to me. Now it's like, hi, Texas. Okay, Lindsay says I'm doing the same thing as Tammy. I got 2 orders. I'm treating it like double, triple. So what she's talking about is a double, triple commission that they sometimes run. Plus the $400 packages, they also get a free product. And I even watched your live. That's what you were talking about. I was so confused. It did not make sense. But okay, yes, when somebody orders a $400 pack, they get a free product. I'm giving a really good deal. I'm giving an even better deal than I realized. Joy, 4 couples packs. Absolutely. You can that's, we've talked about it before. When a husband and wife or best friends or relatives are doing it together, they have that built-in support network. So couples packs are awesome. Just please remember, if you want the order to count, you cannot use credits at all. So let's say you're like, oh, somebody ordered $350 and I gave him $50 in credits. So you think you have $300 going to the promo? You don't. If credits show up on that order in any way, shape, or form, it does not count for the stimulus bonus. So get creative. Do you have product on your shelf? Have you heard of a thing called a rebate check? Like get the volume up front, work your way backwards if you need to, okay? So that's just what I'm doing. You guys put in the chat what you're doing, and then we'll kind of build from there. So top of the mind is obviously the stimulus because that's the bonus that's out there. And I don't think there's anything wrong with letting people know that the company that you work with, not work for, you work for yourself. The company you work with has stepped up to the plate. They know a lot of people who work with them have lost their jobs and they're doing everything they can to help you stay afloat. And I don't think there's anything wrong with talking about that. I do think you want to be careful bragging about commission amounts because that can get kind of compliance-ish. But if you've got somebody scrolling through Facebook crying because they got no money coming in and you're saying, hey, my company is so awesome, they're even offering us extra. Even if the brand new person comes in and they don't earn the extra per se, if they're still earning money, if that's what gets them in the door, right? So you have to remember, no matter what's going on in the world, and we have a lot going on in the world right now, you have a solution to someone's problem. You may not know what their problem is. Maybe they don't sleep well. Maybe they have an achy back. Maybe they're in the red so far in credit card debt that they cry themselves to sleep at night. You have no idea. Either way, you have the solution. So keep that in mind when you're talking to people. Obviously, you don't, run up and be like, what's wrong with you? I can fix it. It's not like that. But you just have to remember, when people are talking to you and you're talking to people, you have something that could help them. So, because I know a lot of times people are like, oh, I don't want to sound salesy. Well, then don't. I'm not selling you anything. I just want you to know this is what's happening. The company is offering this. It's open to you if you want it. Next, go talk to the next person. People have to make their own decisions. You can't, I wish I could make people's decisions for them. Do you know how many people I'd have signed up right now? The whole damn street would be signed up on Thrive right now. But you can't make it. You can just let them know what's out there. And then you put it out there, let them choose. Okay, so somebody please tell me, oh, I need to look. Positive affirmations, yes. Once I sign a promoter customer, yes. I am thinking, saying, there's so you have to understand, I'm dyslexic, so I literally have to read what I see, and then I have to figure out like what it meant. So much more that came from. My team would be, yeah, exactly, Joy. If you can make people do what you want them to do, make the decision, they'd be making mega bucks. Something I want to make sure you guys are all doing, and if you're not doing it, I'm just going to say this, shame on you. Please, for the love of Pete, go to YouTube, look for Kayla Fox, and find the video about host a post. Now, you don't have to do it exactly the way she says, okay? You can get creative. You can make it your own. As a matter of fact, I think you should try to make it your own because you are not Kayla. But the process, the thought process, the idea, you throw something out there. So for example, the one was like, the one I shared was for a mini experience. Thought of a million different words, but the right one, a mini experience. And I said, if they were interested, to put their birth month. And I had people comment. Now here's the thing, just because they put their birth month doesn't mean I'm sending them a mini. Like I got some behind me because I took advantage of that big thing, but I'm not sending them my stuff. What you do instead then after that, and I'm not going to give you all the details because there's a whole video, it's a whopping 15 minutes. If you care about your business, you'll watch it and you'll try this. You then send them a message and say, hey, I'm so glad you saw that. Here's how you enter, right? Entering doesn't mean they put their name in. Here's how you enter. I need you to share a post and a picture on your wall for me. Are you ready for me to send it over? Here's the deal. Some people will write you back right away and be like, yeah, sure, whatever you want. And some people will not respond. That's okay. No one said this was 100% effective, right? But it's a great way to get it out there. Now, once they say yes, you need to be ready. What are you sending them? If you watch her video, she'll talk about how it's like a before and after picture. It's based on weight loss. I actually chose to do something a bit more just based on health and wellness because of my actual day job. Plus, a couple of the people who responded are weight loss surgery. They're candidates. They're actually waiting. So I didn't feel like it was appropriate to, throw that out there for them. Anyway, you do what works for you. You can go to my page and see what I did. You can go to Lindsay's page and see what she's done. But the thing that's important is go to Kayla's video and watch it. This is such a great way to get names, to get people excited. I've had several people that I was shocked that they even responded. And some of them were like old Thrivers who disappeared 4 years ago. So just keep working. Joyce said, Charlene, been studying Host to Post the last 2 days and already have a promoter with 2 new signups and a 3rd going in. Okay, if that doesn't tell you Host to Post is where you should be spending some time, you should reread that. Sheila says, yes, I started doing this just the past week. Or respond. Yeah, so, and some people will respond and still not do it, and that's okay. Like Kayla says in the video, and I love this so much, and I've literally said it in my head a million times, a snowball doesn't just appear. It starts with a snowflake. So I did it this week. I had, I think, 6 or 8 people. I messaged all of them. 4 of them were like, yeah, send it to me. 2 out of the 4 posted it. So is that great? Yeah, it's great. I got 2 people that put my face and my information on their page to their network. So yeah, that's great. That's 2 more than I had last week. So I'll do it again this week. I'm going to mix it up. And if I get a little here and a little here and a little there, guess what? I got a lot. But if I'm like, oh, only 2 people did it and I stopped, then I only have 2 people. So you just have to keep moving forward. You got to put in the effort and go. Now, something else I did this week that was fulfilling beyond belief for my heart, but a lot of work on the outside, was I just threw out who's in the medical community I wanted to give back. Yeah, Lindsay's doing it now too. So because my thought was based on, I really truly honestly wanted to give back to anyone who's working in the medical community and leaving their family and putting themselves at risk. Even when somebody responded and they were a current promoter or a current customer anywhere in the world, I sent them a little packet of blast because I legit want to thank them. But I had 6 people respond. 2 of them were people who dropped off the face of the earth a long time ago, and 4 were new. Those people all got minis, 3-day minis. And the brand new ones had, basically my message was, I need your email, your address, and your phone number, because I made sure to make them account. Make sure you're making people an account, a customer account, before you send them any kind of trials. But just think what is close to you. Do you, my dad was a truck driver for years. I probably should be giving blast to truck drivers. My husband was a fireman. I should be giving blast or boost or whatever I have on my shelf to EMTs and firemen. So just whatever you feel connected to, offer to share, because again, not only do you have a solution to people's problems, but you can help. And here's the thing. I wasn't smart and I didn't put a limit on it. And so I sent out a lot. So you might want to say the first 10 people that respond. Like if that's all you have, then that's all you work with. Just know that you'll probably get more than 10 and that's okay. And have a, if you want to have a disclaimer, Lavelle promoters not eligible, that's cool too. Promoters should know that this is stuff coming off your shelf. But I just want to encourage you to do something. Here's the thing. If you feel stuck, if you feel like the world is coming to an end, if you stay stuck, it will. If you keep moving and you move forward and you do something every day, your world will keep moving. I was busier last week than I think I was 2 weeks prior when the world was functioning normally. So put it out there. If all you have is an extra sheet of Black Label, what is that? 5, there's 6 on one sheet. Just say the first 6 people that are stressed out, let me know. Put them a little thank you note, put one little Black Label in there. Is it going to change their world? No. But if you go to my page, you'll see where people have like taken pictures of a Thrive Shake or of a blast and been like, that was so nice. And you guys know it didn't cost me a lot to do that, but it was nice. I was doing something nice, but hopefully I'm also building my business, right? So just, you got to think out of the box. An essential job list. Do an essentials job post. Yeah, okay. So essential jobs. So you can go to your state's website and see who they consider it essential. People working in retail right now, in food retail, restaurant workers packing up food. Yes, they're excited that they still have their job, but they are getting worked to pieces and being exposed. Those are the people you want to thank. Like my little thank you card that I sent out. Oh, I might be out of them. I'm out of them. I pre-printed it and I'm out of them. Anyway, I just basically said, thank you for going to work so I can stay home. Oh, there, Lindsay, I sent it to Lindsay. So she's got that. Thank you for putting others first. Thank you for, so it's just, and again, I printed mine for 2 reasons. Number 1, my handwriting is horrible. And number 2, that was way too many for me to handwrite. So I did handwrite, Heart Tammy. I actually wrote my name because I think that's important. Yes, Olivia is doing this also. So many comments and connections. And Olivia is getting a lot of people commenting that don't have accounts. And her people are coming to her from groups that she's in. She's in a group with police officers' wives because she is a police officer's wife. And a lot of them don't have accounts and they're responding to her. So this is a big, people are sad, people are scared, people are lonely, people are worried, and they're on Facebook and they're looking for somebody to offer them something. We talk about this all the time. You want to inspire, inform, and entertain. And I'm looking down because I keep it written on my calendar. So whenever I'm like, I don't know what to post, because I have those moments, I look down. I'm like, have I inspired anybody lately? Have I entertained anybody? Or have I informed them about anything lately? That's what you should be focused on because people need that right now. And here's my flip on that. You need it too. So if you need inspiration, you need to look to your upline or you need to look to just the world of Lavelle. Look for Kayla Fox. Look for Courtney Glazer. Look for, I'm going to blank. I don't know. I got 2 out. There's a bunch of leaders that have YouTube pages. There's all the training videos in the back of the cloud. fill your cup up first and then dive into the world. So if you like, when you're in the shower and brushing your teeth in the morning, if you need to listen to something to get built up, that's what I basically do. And then I can hit the ground running and I can share with people. So please, as much as I want you to help people and build your business, I want you to put your health first too. Because remember, you got to take care of yourself. All right, so that's host to post, and then like the medical thing, the essentials jobs, that's kind of like a host to post, only I didn't ask them to do anything. I'm just legitimately thanking them. But like I said, a lot of them will put your name and a picture of what you sent them on Facebook. And I didn't ask anybody to do that, but they're just doing that, which is great. Okay, so I want you guys, obviously I'm going over different ideas of reaching out. Once you do these reach outs with host to post, your follow-up is going to be big because you're going to get all kinds of people. Like probably like on the medical field one, I think within minutes I had like 40 some people and I was like, oh, what do I do? So what I did was I walked away. I actually stepped away from my office. I went outside and I wrote up, I thought in my head, if I was going to talk to just one person, not the 40, if I was going to send this to one of those people, what would I say to them? What would I genuinely say to them? And that's what I typed out on my phone. Then I went back and spell corrected. Then I added some emojis for effect. And then that is what I copied and pasted. But here's the thing. I sat down and did them all at once because there's no reason for you to copy paste, try to do something, copy paste, don't let it interfere with the rest of your day. Set some times. I'm going to send out the post at 8 a.m. At noon, I'm going to respond to whoever's there. At 4 o'clock, I'm going to respond. You know what I mean? Like don't spend all day trying to answer these people one-on-one because you'll be mad at me, first of all, but it's not a good use of time. So make sure that you are following up. All of those counts as reach out. Like if somebody said to me this past week, have you gotten your 5 reach outs? Girl, I have gotten my 5 reach outs, but basically by the time I swallowed my first capsules in the morning. Like that's how busy it is because of host to post and reaching out to people like that. So yeah, this will make, if you do something like this, it legitimately makes your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know. Like it's just, I don't even know where that sheet is anymore. I just have this whole other thing happening now, right? So that's where you need to be. So many people that they don't even fit on your sheet. Let's talk about communicating with people, whether it's through reach outs, whether it's through videos, whether it's through text messaging, phone calls. People are craving communication. Trust me. As much as I've been talking to people, when somebody calls or hell, Sandra pulled up in my driveway the other day, we stood 8 feet apart and talked. It was so exciting to have a person to talk to. So communicate with people. Now's the easiest time. How are you doing? Birthdays right now, I have never had this many people write me back when I write them a birthday message because I'm just saying, man, what a weird birthday. I hope you are going to try to celebrate somehow at home. What are you guys planning to do? Everybody's writing back about something, right? Because this is the weirdest birthday they've had ever. So make sure you're communicating with people. And if you guys have somebody in your back pocket, like somebody that you know that is amazing in some sort of realm, and you feel like, if you ever catch yourself thinking, man, I wish a couple of my girlfriends could talk to this person, put that person on a Facebook Live. Let that person talk to all your friends. So my girlfriend, Lisa, who is a health coach, she and I were talking, and she was like, why don't you talk to your team? And I was like, you know what, let's just talk to everybody. And we did a Facebook Live. I reached out to a friend of mine that's a dietitian today, and I was like, hey, I don't know if you're into Facebook Lives, but I think you could really offer a lot to my friends. So I'm going down my list of smart people that I know because everybody has something that can contribute, but not everybody is comfortable getting on a Facebook Live or knows how to do it, but they'll do it if you set them up. So use your connections to share with the world. Does that make sense? Plus, like, for example, my friend who's a health coach, she is a Thriver, but we didn't do a Thrive. I didn't ask her to do a Thrive Live. However, bless her heart, she's out in California. We log on and we get on. She's got her cute little DFT on. And then at one point she started talking about how, like, you know, thriving and my team and how we help so many people. I'm trying to unmute you, Lindsay, but it's not working.
Okay. So I had a great idea, but now then you just said she was a Thriver. What do you feel like that it would help us to get to some of our people that are on a health journey that's not a Thriver?
Yes, I do. And so like the girl I talked to today, she's not a Thriver, but I'm just asking her to share from her level of expertise and her, like, what she sees. And Lisa is a Thriver. She's not like a promoter that chases anything, but like, it was a nice little surprise she had that on. But yeah, I think anybody that's in your circle that you know, like if you know a pastor that would spend 15 minutes sharing with your friends, if you have somebody in your life that does financial advising and they would share 15 minutes with what would, what are they doing? What is the top thing they're focused on right now? If, I don't know, if you have somebody who is I don't know, people do all kinds of stuff. I can't think of all these examples, but we all know a lot of really smart people. If you know an accountant who, and you're like, okay, what would you tell a small business that they need to be really focused on right now? What are the top 3 things? That could literally be a 15 to 30-minute interview. The top 3 things that expert would tell you to do. A house cleaner, how would she disinfect everything in her house? Right? An accountant, So anybody that you know, and you guys know a lot of people, and they do not have to have anything to do with Thrive, nothing, but you are a thriver. And what do we do as thrivers? We help people. So if you're the girl who just so happens to have a sticker on and there's some boxes of stuff behind you, and you had this great interview with this accountant, and Sally Sue sees it and shares it with 10 of her friends, and they all start getting on your Facebook profile to see who the heck you are, right? Do you see what I mean? Just be helpful with people. Just share. Do you know a cook, like an amazing cook? Do you know somebody that, like, I don't know, has survival skills? Like just the weird stuff that people are thinking about right now. Like anything that you think would be helpful, or you guys, that's all informative, right? The other thing we can do is entertain people, and we can inspire people. So who is inspiring to you? Who do you reach out to? Do you have a friend who's maybe a counselor, a teacher, like somebody who deals with a social worker? Those people could really talk to people right now about communicating with your children about the stress. Like, as much as I keep trying to remind my dad, he's so worried about different things with my nephews, and I'm like, you have to remember, Dad, this is blowing my mind. It's blowing your mind. Imagine what this must feel like for a 15 and 11-year-old. Like, I don't even know if they can register this, honestly, because some days I wake up and I'm like, is it a dream? Is this really happening? Oh, yep. Nope. I turn on the TV and it's really happening. So anybody that you know, and you guys know a ton of people. Anyway, I'm spending way too much time on this. Lindsay says this is genius. Thank you. Joy, I think she is talking about interviewing StreamYard. Yeah, I should go back. Your bestie sends you verbiage, make life easier. So, okay. So the Facebook right now will not let you do a dual live. They changed their rules a while back, and I found out the hard way by trying to do a live one day and nobody was on there with me. So if you go to StreamYard, that is a website, not an app. If you go to StreamYard, you can do a dual live, and you can then stream it to Facebook. And here's how I describe StreamYard. It's like Zoom and Facebook Live had a baby, only better. Because it looks like a Zoom, but it comes out on Facebook like a live. But even better, the kicker, when you set up your StreamYard and you like give it a title and you give it a description and you say we're going to do it at this time and this date, it automatically creates an event inside of Facebook on your page telling the world that you plan to go live Tuesday at 10 o'clock. And whatever the description is that you typed in, that's what it's going to say. She's going to go live. Tammy's going live Tuesday at 10 about blah, 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 blah. So it's amazing. It's amazing. I think it was Ashley Sullivan that found it first, and she has shared it, and it is amazing. I do encourage you to practice. There's, it's always a little different, but at the same time too, okay, sweet little Sonia who's nodding her head. Sweet little Sonia just got on StreamYard, streamed it to Facebook, and just practiced with the whole world. And people were loving it. Like, they were cracking up at her and laughing along. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. The last thing I want to say really quick when it comes to like Facebook Lives and stuff, while yes, I think it's important to do all the things that we've already talked about, just do one. I don't care what it's about. I don't care. Sandra did a Facebook Live the other day and showed a project that she's been working on, a painting project. Tons of communication through that post. Sonia got on the other night, late at night, and was just like, hey man, what's up? Who's up? Let's chat. Let's talk. It doesn't have to be Thrive. You don't always have to be like Thrive, right? Be a person. Anybody that's got a grandbaby coming was like probably so drawn to Sandra's project because she's working on a dresser, a changing table dresser for her upcoming grandbaby. Anybody that likes crafting or before and afters was probably drawn to Sandra. It has nothing to do with Thrive, but now they're probably following her, they're checking out her page. How does this lady have all this energy to do this stuff? If I'm following Sonia and she's up at 11 something at night, I'm like, how in the hell is this woman up so late? What is she doing? So just be yourself. I do think it's important to do your marketing, your Thrive stuff. Like I did a real quick Thrive video the other day, just putting together trial packs. But the video I did a couple days prior to that was the one with the health coach talking about dealing with emotions during this time. We weren't even talking about health and wellness and nutrition. We were talking about emotions and how. So anyway, my point is, do something, do anything except sit still. If you sit still right now, you're going to be a month behind. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the analogy, but you know, like when an airplane is taking off, like it's got to build up speed. It's got to fight all the wind. It takes forever. And it finally gets up there and it has to fight even when it's up. So if you're letting your plane land, if you're letting it come in for a landing, I encourage you to just brush the ground and keep on going. Because if you bring it to a stop, you're going to have to start all over. So just do something, do anything. I got to look at the thing. I've been able to send friend requests to some people who like the video. Yeah. Hey, here's the thing too. Cheat a little, okay? You don't have to do all this yourself. If you saw, for example, my video, watch party that crap. If you saw Lindsay's lunchtime thing, watch party that stuff. Spread the word through other people, right? Perfect example, Laura Jackson. I don't think you and I have any mutual friends, maybe not, that aren't Thrivers, right? If you were to share my video, that's a whole other group of people who are going to see two professionals talk about this Thrive stuff that you've been talking about from a completely different standpoint. And we might have been the third party validation that they needed. They might be like, okay, I'm ready to talk to you about that stuff because I saw these other two girls talk about it on your page. So you don't always have to be the one doing it. However, I do encourage you to be out there somewhat, put your face out there. We are down to 6 minutes. And so if you guys have questions, put them in here for me. Dawn, you could talk to your grandsons on live with the StreamYard. I'll help you figure it out. See, Henry Ford said, when everything seems to be going against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind, not with you. Oh, I like that. Yes. You guys, I can't encourage you enough to take the time that you need if you're having one of those moments where you're like, oh, wow, what is happening in the world? But if you are feeling good too, and you can get yourself back up, spread that with people. Spread it. Spread the positivity, because we are all drowning. We don't even turn the TV on in our house, which is not totally different from our regular life. But there was a part of me early on that was like, oh, I better be watching the news. Nope. I can get a once a day update of the new rules or the whatevers. I know what I'm supposed to be doing, and that's keep my butt in this house, and that's what I'm doing. Otherwise, I'm not listening to it because it freaks me out. You can unmute yourself because I can't get to you, Lindsay.
You just had like this great idea too. So you know how we've always talked about, Tammy's got my wheels spinning, and I wanted to like decompress tonight, damn it. The next thing you need to do that I love, this just popped up in my mind. So you know how we always do like, oh, you're a nail person, let's do a swap. Like not only should you like be reaching out to your nail people, hair folk, guys, you can go and do a StreamYard live with them. It is bringing in business for their nail slipper thingies they do. I don't know what they're called. I need some. And then you could be kind of plugging in, and I'm totally like just listed 4 people that I know are in network marketing that have nothing to do with vitamins and minerals. And I'm just going to reach out to them and say, hey, we're in this together. We're both in network marketing. Let's go live together and talk about our at-home tools that you can use that will be delivered to your front door without ever stepping foot out in the public.
Yes. And to piggyback on that, but kind of different, not network marketing. Like when you said this, it made me think of it. Like those of you that have the dippy nails, the soaking off thing. Even if you were to just interview your nail girl who would have been dipping you and fixing you, she could explain how to take care of what you have going on, right? Let her explain to people, don't rip them off, don't peel them, buy this stuff, order it on like Walmart.com. You don't have to go out to the store. Same thing, like if you have a hairdresser that's a really good friend, or you maybe are a hairdresser, talk to people about how to take care of themselves right now. My hair is getting pretty long and all my gray is coming in, and I'm not going to touch it, I promise. But they're going to remember that you supported them when they were out of work. They're going to, and people will see that. Like they could even get business from that. Something too really quick, we're down to 3 minutes. Tom, actually, this is for our daytime job, our fitness business, but he's going to start doing some online training. And he had an idea today that I loved once I understood what he meant. he's going to take, so like, let's say you paid $30 for the training. He's going to take $5 of every session and buy, like, put it towards, like, you know, build up to like 25 or 50 bucks and buy a gift card to a local restaurant that's doing carry out and then raffle it off. So not only is he building our business, but on the back end, he's contributing to other local businesses. So think of a way that you can build your business and also help people. If there's one thing I want you to think when you wake up in the morning, as soon as your eyes open, how can I help people today? How can I help people today? How can I stay safe in my home? How can I still continue to make money? I don't give the whole house away, you guys. I want you to earn money, but how can you help people today? If it's sending out 5 packets of, like when I say I sent people blasts, I sent them a packet of blasts. They didn't get a box. They just got a packet of blasts, right? What can you do today? Bare minimum, you can write somebody a thank you note. They don't even have to have a gift. If you know someone that's a nurse or a doctor or a pharmacist or like all these people who are like our little Carolyn Lester, I don't know if she's on here tonight, I don't see her. She's working at Walmart. They're working it to the bone. Send people like that a thank you note. That goes a long, long way. Okay, I need to be quiet because we have 1:53. Does anybody have questions? I hope I have your wheels spinning. I hope you're not able to sleep for a couple of hours. I just grab a pen and paper and start writing down people that you know, things that you know. What is something you can share? What's a talent you can share? Lisa Cook got on and did a quick craft the other day. It was a whopping 2 or 3 minutes on a Facebook Live. She got a ton of comments. What is something you know that you can share, or who do you know that can share with you? Be the helper, right? You know that whole thing, like when the shit's hitting the fan and everyone is scared, look for the helper, right? Who do we call? 911. I can't help people in that realm because blood and germs freak me out, but I can help them some other way. So when you wake up in the morning, I want you to think, how can I help people? All right. Okay. We're out of time. Thank you so much. I hope this helps. I hope you guys have the best week ever. And you let me know. Let me know if you do the medical. If you do the medical, if you do the host to post, and go to Kayla Fox's YouTube to find the host to post info.